you couldn't have a better demonstration of that than the last presentation. And the medium with which she works is more of a material, grounded, down to earth medium. She works with, she blends. She's sort of a connoisseur and like a winemaker of essential herbs. And she's going to tell you about that today, do a breathing exercise, and she has some of her products that are available outside. And feel free to ask questions and chat with people during lunch and the breaks and things like that. So please welcome Marissa Perks.
Well, hello, everybody. Wasn't those gongs? It's beautiful. I'm still a little zenned out from. so I am reverberating here. I am Marissa. I work with essential oils, and we use these as tools to really connect to the higher good, the higher power that we all already know. It's within us, and the essential oils really just help you get in tune with that knowledge you already have and helps you become aware of the suffering that we put in front of ourselves so that we can clean on that and release it. So everyone is going to be given 3 samples of essential oils. We're going to do a breathing treatment here momentarily. You should have a red, a green, and a purple. So we're going to use the red one first, and those are for the lower 3 chakras. The heart chakra is the green, and then the upper 3 will be the non-tangible, the non-physical, the spiritual or spirit aspects. And so just keep those with you, and we're going to use them a little bit here in a minute. What was funny is that Joe was talking about everything is alive. And that couldn't be more true. Everything has, in my world, a vibration. Wood to steel, the clothing we wear, the things we smell, the intentions that we put out, the thoughts that we have, they are all vibrations. And so if you think about vibrations in hooponopono, that really resonates with what do we send out? What are we receiving back? Those vibrations we put out in the world are our fears, our hopes, our dreams, our everything, our communication. They're all vibrations. And so as I'm sending them out to you, you're all sending them back to me, and we're working together through this. And I just think that that is beautiful. I'm so grateful for all of the vibrations that I'm receiving here. So I want to get started with some of the research that we've gone through. This is my colorful point of chakra points. So when we use the mantra of hooponopono, we direct our focus to the chakra center that needs clearing. And this literally clears your path to set your productive intentions and then to leave those behind and really allow the vibration to just carry you. So you set that vibration and then you clean through each block that you might have so that you can really see your true path, hear your highest good being communicated to you, and be able to translate that and live it. So essential oils are the powerful tools that we have available to us to really be able to achieve our goals. They have the unique ability to bridge the gap between the physical realm and that non-tangible realm of our higher good, of our spirit, of our consciousness. So they bridge that physical world with the limbic system. And if you're not familiar with Candace Pert, she was an amazing pioneer of, she was a pharmacologist, she was a thank you, I'm like, what is that word? Sending the vibrations? Neuroscientist. Yes, she's brilliant woman. And she talked a lot about our olfactory system. And so I'm going to read here so that I can get this exactly as I'd like to communicate it. Our olfactory system, your sense of smell, is the strongest tie to memory that we have. It allows you to tap into a deeper knowledge, a deeper understanding on a subconscious level that it allows you to bring change to your conscious thoughts and to your actions. So the neural code begins with the nose's sensory neurons. Once an odor molecule binds to a receptor, it initiates an electrical signal that travels from the sensory neurons to the olfactory bulb, which is the structure at the base of your forebrain. Sorry if I'm getting a little scientific on you guys. This just fascinates me, so I wanted to share some of it with you. So the olfactory systems include all the physical organs and cells related to and contributing to your sense of smell. And when we inhale through the nose, the airborne molecules react almost immediately with their olfactory organs and start affecting the limbic system, your emotional brain. So Candace Pert, she was internationally recognized as a neuroscientist, pharmacologist. She pioneered research that focused on the receptors that lie on the surface of the brain, and she coined the term molecules of emotion. She says that they are the neuropeptide receptors that are found in the limbic center of the brain. So it's really taking that ethereal plane and bringing it to a scientific, really correlates to that scientific. The part of me, I just love the science behind it. You know what I mean? It like adds validity to it. It makes it so that I understand it, and it's the language that I speak. So I love her. And she also states that the 7 chakras are the energy centers in our body in which energy flows through. So they're attached to specific organ systems, which in turn affects the emotions and processes of our body. So that really shows you how energy, and through the energy work of chakras, how you can affect physical changes in your biochemistry. You can affect changes in your thought processes and change in how we react to the world, how we interact with other people, and how we are perceived by them, and then letting all of that go and just being in pure bliss. So I'm going to show you how we can move on to those and talk a little bit more about how the modern scientific discoveries about the locations of neuropeptides, enriched nodal points along our body's longitudinal axis, correspond to the chakra points. And when we encounter difficulties in life, we often find that it's through the misalignment of our chakras that we can realign them through meditation and regain that balance point so that we clean on the chakra, we get in tune with ourselves and with our surrounding environment. When we clean these chakras, we get centered, and when you're centered, you have a direct line of communication to your highest good. And just like when you're listening to the radio and the dial is off a little bit, the messages are fuzzy, right? You can't understand them. You kind of get the gist, but you can't hear it. When you meditate and when you get your clear, true chakras shining and all aligned, it's like turning the dial a little bit, and you are tuned in to that higher being, to that higher purpose, and you really are able to experience your highest good. You know your true path, and this just allows you to be able to communicate with your body so that you can go forward with it. So this is Candace Pert's chakra chart, and so she talks about which chakra corresponds to which glands that correspond to different body processes. So for example, in our first chakra, the root chakra, it's the security chakra, right? It governs all of your courage, your physical comforts, so house and home and health. and it corresponds to the nodal point of your adrenal gland. Your next chakra, your sacral chakra, is at the base of the tailbone, and it corresponds to kidney function and to gonads. And it's also for your purpose, your creativity, physical power, pleasure center, it's often been called, and it's responsible for maybe your definition of sexuality. Your third chakra, orange, moving on up, is responsible for digestion, and pancreas corresponds to those, and it's your inner will, your charisma, your personal power, your self-confidence. The fourth chakra is your heart chakra, and this is the bridge between your lower chakra and your upper spiritual chakras. So it is all about the love that you have, the compassion that you're able to provide, the compassion you have for yourself, and is the thing that binds these body systems together. Moving on up to your throat chakra, corresponds to your thyroid function, and is your communication center, which makes sense, right? It's in your throat, communication, your voice, the vibrations that come from there. It also can help, is responsible for your emotional balance, for inner peace, and for communicating that. Your third eye chakra is actually right between your eyebrows. I think a lot of people sometimes think it's right in the center of your frontal cortex here, but it's right between your eyebrows. And this corresponds to your pituitary gland. It is in charge of your intuition, your insight, your foresight, and knowing, again, your way forward, your path. And of course, your crown chakra at the top of your head. It's bright purple and is the gate to the divine. And when all of these systems are in line and are clean, they are bright, they are true, it is a state of being that is. You know, Harry said it earlier, it's that, and it really is. You know, there's not really a lot of communication, a lot of words that can express that feeling when you're just at zero. So, hooponopono. We all know these words. We've lived with them. We've sat with them. We've studied them. And I'm going to show you how we can use this mantra in conjunction with powerful essential oil blends that help you enhance your meditation experience. Each of these phrases carry with it a powerful vibration that really carries you through. And joining this verbal utterance, the physical words leaving your mouth, that vibration coming from your body with the vibration of your essential oils really adds to the experience. So the more sensory information that you really put in to your meditations, there's a lot of schools of thought on a lot of different ways to meditate. For me, when I first started, I tried sitting quietly, you know, just like, this is a lot harder than people make it look. They just sit and they look so peaceful, and I had a hard time with that at first. So I started with vibration. So when I would sit, I would play with singing bowls and really feel that vibration shake all of that stuff off of you, right? So then I started using breathing treatments with it. And again, those vibrations of the essential oils, they're not so much perfumes, right? They smell amazing, and each one is completely different, but they are a vibration. And when you breathe them in, they work to vibrate your chakra points back into alignment. And so using essential oils, toning bowls, gongs, using all of these together, the power is just, it's incredible, and it pulsates, and you feel it. So we're going to do that a little bit later once I go through all of my very scientific stuff that I have prepared for you. Harry's going to come up and he's going to play some singing bowls while we do a guided meditation. Super excited about that. Does everybody just love him or what? Okay. So love. I love this little image. And when that was a big fan with all I have a 16-year-old, so I'm constantly around children. It's great being around teenagers. They're so full of life. And when this first came, they would come up to me and, hey, Marissa. I was like, I love that. Where did they get that, So anyway, so I chose to use this because it just reminds me of that childlike love, of just, they're not afraid to express it because they love, because it just is. So why are we afraid of it? I love you. I love you. This emotion, this feeling, it's not just for other people. We have to feel it to ourselves, right? We all learned that in the beginning of the hooponopono. But we really have to refill our well so that we're able to provide that for other people, for the ones that we come around. So I just also want to go with this. With love, there are no mistakes. With life, there are no mistakes. Nothing is a mistake. It's all an experience, and we're meant to go through it. We're meant to learn something from it and love the experience and really throw yourself at this and say, okay, what is so hard about loving this? I'm supposed to learn something from it instead of just, I'm going to step aside that and I'm going to focus over here because it's really easy over here, and I'm just going to sail through life right over here, just kind of avoiding all my obstacles. And yeah, I'm happy, but I'm not getting to that higher vibration, right? So there are a lot of different essential oils that can really help you on different aspects of love. Let's see. Lavender, ylang ylang, tangerine, rose, jasmine. There are tons, and they all have a different vibration and can help with a different aspect of this. Lavender is calming and sedative, and it's perfect for calming, that kind of calm, sweet love. Rose is known for romantic love, which makes sense, right? We give Valentine's flowers. They're always big red roses. It's been used for eons to kind of express that romantic love, that passionate love. Ylang ylang is known to really address heart issues that have emotional traumas. And ylang ylang can really help you move through those traumas and gain some perspective on it so that you can, again, love yourself and love the situation. It's helping you clear it, learn something from it, and get to a higher vibration. So all of these things, love is all about trust and trusting that we're on the right path, that we're doing what we're supposed to do, we're learning what we're supposed to learn so that we can live and be, again, a little more exalted, right, on a higher vibration. I'm sorry, right? And again, that is kind of a hard one to go with, isn't it? Especially if we're angry at something, it's, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong, right? But, we all have fears, and while that's not wrong, it is something that we can be sorry for sending that vibration, to send out that fearful vibration into the world. So we can forgive ourselves for that and really feel remorse and move out of that reptilian brain, right, that says we can't be vulnerable. We have to be guarded and protected all the time. And if we say we're sorry, that is letting your defenses down. What is that, right? But it's evolved. It's evolved to say, I'm sorry, and it's okay, right? It's evolved, and we're all trying to just be better versions of ourselves, closer to the divine, more in tune with the divine, knowing what we're supposed to do. So essential oils for these would be Really good ones are pine oil and cypress oil, just two examples. Pine oil was one of the very first crude essential oils used by Egyptians for embalming and for spiritual purposes. Cypress oil is comforting and stabilizing while we let go of negativity. An interesting fact, the cross that they say Jesus bore was made from cypress wood. So I always find that kind of interesting, you know. So he was, that whole thing. I'm cleaning on that. Caroline knows. My friends know I clean on that. A way shower, and I think it's beautiful and everything is wonderful, just like the Buddha. But I just still personally I'm cleaning on it. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting and that I would share that. So, please forgive me. And I always love this quote by Smead. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and then realize it was me, right? So unchain your bonds. Holding on to resentment is choosing to be in suffering. Holding on to resentment and choosing not to forgive yourself is to reopen a wound. It's like cutting yourself on the table, and then every time you think about that stupid table, you're re-hurting your arm, you're reopening it up, you're reliving that experience and keeping yourself in that fog of I'm not going to forgive it, or I'm not going to forget it, I'm not going to let it go.